Hello folks, I'm Northstar here with another Rise of Nations video. This is a new campaign. The Quarter Speed Conquer the World campaign is the British I talked about doing. I was doing a first one is the Japanese Daring Speed. I didn't like how quickly it progressed through the ages, not enough turns each. Decided I was going to do this. I started the modding, bug testing and stuff. I did a skirmish to improve my skills. Meanwhile, I was testing the mod. It turned out the version I showed you guys before was bugged. I had to completely redo it to fix some graphical glitches with Kamchatka. And I redid it first time and actually created even worse glitches, so I had to do it a second time via an entirely different approach. But it's fixed now. Ended up having to rewrite the vanilla mod, so it just replaces the menu. The version with custom maps you guys said before, no longer valid. I mean, I had seen people posting on Steam about similar mods that use that menu, and people couldn't find it. I mean, it was there, but some people just didn't notice the drop-down menu. So this way, people would just be able to find it. Number one. Number two, it's easier to install. Number three, the glitches I couldn't figure out to fix easily. Maybe there's a way, but this might even be Steam Achievement compatible. That is, you might still get it for the core speed if you win. I stopped the skirmish because it turned into a 6 versus 1. It was supposed to be 7 nations, only 2 which started on a team. The rest could make and break teams, and I thought, oh cool, diplomacy will work this. Well, it turns out the AIs would form teams of 2, the other ones, then they would never allow the third nations, including the human player, into their team, and their alliances would never break off. I also saw from people typing forums that apparently if you ally with one, they'll constantly demand tribute or break the alliance. So it's just each other they treat. So they privilege like that. And then on top of that, for some reason they were all constantly declaring war on me, even the ones not in teams. The Spanish and the Germans. I guess you could say there were 2 teams of 2. It was the French and the Dutch, and then the Spanish and Germans, independent, and then 2 Russians in a faction. And they were all just constantly declaring me, except the Dutch eventually stopped. The French was able to eventually buy off, but then they just kept repeatedly demanding tribute. It used Napoleon's AI, so maybe that's something to do with it. It's a little ridiculous, and it was annoying to have to deal with that many AIs attacking me at once. When you're limited pop caps, that means I was facing 6 times my own potential pop cap and city cap and commerce cap. And scaling, it was just not a very... I would have had to play that skirmish for a very long time. Building tons of forts, so any short lane of my own would just be slaughtered by towers, and I could, without even garrisons them, and just focus most of my units on attack. Maybe a few small garrisons here and there. It would have taken a long time. Especially with forts becoming more expensive the more you have, and towers the same. So, enough of that. I'm going to do the, hold on, I started one before, to test stuff. I thought I deleted this, but don't need to screw up in case I do have to go to autosave and load the wrong one. The Cold War mod I also created also writes this. This is one with twice the turns. This is one with 4 times. You can get either in the Steam Workshop, Northstar 1989 for the mod author, me. Let's see. I'll show in the mod manager real quick. Cold War 2x long and Conquer the World 4x long are the names of the mods. So find it if you're interested. I don't know if these to be Steam achievement compatible. We'll find out when I win this, but at least it works. I'm going to do the British because conquer the world. What you really want is a faction that can help you survive the very early stages on difficult maps where you show up with, sometimes because of terrain, only one army outnumbered or against a highly developed province. And like for instance, if you're attacking from Kamchatka to Yukon, you could potentially be outnumbered 3-1 by enemy armies, and face a high developed province. There's no way to attack with more than one army. Same if you're going the opposite way from Yukon to Kamchatka. Battles like that very difficult, and dangers getting wiped at the very beginning, so that you don't have a shot, even with lots of bonus cards like mercenaries to give you a second army. That might make it more survivable, but it's hard to get that one card. The British have a huge advantage in early survivability because each barracks they build will eventually, in the later ages, give them 3 free infantry. When you get the Gunpowder Age, and in medieval it's 2, so they reach that fairly quickly in the game, and that'll enable them, once they reach the Gunpowder Age at least, to be able to hold at the beginning well enough to then start building up. And even though some factions like the Bantu are obviously kings of the late game with their higher pop cap, Japanese may eventually do better in the mid game with their greater food production from farmers and faster, cheaper barracks units. But the British are definitely kings of surviving that very early phase. Maybe not quite as much as, say, the Maya, but the British have the advantage of a good starting position, and they have the advantage of a stronger mid game than some of the other more defensive factions. And indeed, when you get to Gunpowder Age, well, maybe not Gunpowder Age, it's still archers, but when you get to Enlightenment Age, and suddenly you have Highlanders, at that point, you have solid offensive potential too. Conquer the World, you can start in Enlightenment. It's not like a skirmish where you go through all the ages, and that's not till the mid game. So, yep. Now, West Scandinavia, probably good to grab. It's got Wales. It's got a supply center. It'd be nice to grab Greenland too. Eventually, to have a few places that I can potentially build wonders if I take advantage of the slower speed. Relics, copper. Getting Scandinavia would be good. Of course, military research is very important early on to be able to get a solid army up for. So Greenland's probably more important than all of Scandinavia, like than having every little bit. I could probably not do Karelia. Factory and documents aren't that likely. I mean, there aren't that many sea maps in Conquer World, though some of them are really critical. So this, of course, means Greenland to Lower Canada is a naval battle. So I'm going to go for Western Scandinavia for my first turn here. Grab that before the Germans do, or the Dutch. And then, actually, let's see if I can get the Dutch to reinforce me. To ally. Maybe see if they'll pay for it. Can always propose it for 25 tribute, and they might tell me. They want me to pay? No. The whole point I don't need the army that bad. Alright. When you're powerful enough, they'll often pay you. Okay. And you'll notice 4 turns till Age of Ants, because everything's a core speed, so it's normally 1. And all the others will be 12. But only 4 turns starting in Ancient Era. So it's still a little bit of an early game. Do you expand or do you get the surplus from not attacking that turn? Barbarian Rally. This is one of the barbarian battles that they're interesting. Your armies encounter no resistance in taking the territory. However, the natives have rallied and are assaulting your new outpost. Defend your capital until the timer expires to win. Okay, have a deposit load, which is good. Now they're just going to be around here. I have some lookout posts. Basically have to survive 15 minutes. Oh no. Yeah, I'll do a scouting pattern. No, I can already tell there's a mound here. So maybe actually go this way. Might find an army a little early. It's closing in. Small scouting force, whatever. Temples will be useful for defense, so I'll go right in on that. Do start with a single hoplite unit. Hoplites. Yeah, that's not going to do jack all. Alright, now there's something weird. Hoplite barracks, lookouts. Oh, there's some lumberjacks. King Olaf. The white. Okay. Guess I'd rather have economy to see if try and get some sense of if someone gets murdered. I'm likely to get attacked with archers, maybe, and heavy infantry. So bowmen and slingers. Slingers are a little cheaper though, and if I stick them in a tower, they'll still work pretty well. Can wait, I guess, a little. Or put them in the city. Warning that ranged units are provide more garrison strength than other units. Wow, yeah. Means I want to do that. Yeah, I start with military 1 on this map. Start of war. Be mercenaries that you grab next. Getting the woodcutters up. I might build a tower or 2 because put ranged units in the towers and they're actually pretty good. You'll see on like the guides against defending rushes. I mean, dismay citizens for a level of garrison strength. Well, yeah, or you could just put a single slinger in a city and it'll do it for much cheaper. And it'll cost less food, more wood. Hoplites actually do provide a little strength. Every unit does, but range units are particularly adept at this. So a slinger there. You know what? I'll create 2 more farms. Hoplite's just food and wood at this point, so create some of them. Pretty sure I don't need the... Oh no, the hoplite is necessary. Slingers are very poor quality garrison. So you get upgraded, like javelineers contribute more. It must have something with the unit's attack powers and such. This discovered that holding shift will actually display waypoints where units head. That's something I know and very useful. And rocks provide white gunpowder and modern infantry would give defensive benefits, so I could put slingers up in the rocks if I really want. Yeah, want this as close as possible to the... It's gonna help. But really, I'm just trying to get builders. I don't know if they temporarily help with the farm. You know what? I'm going to be very sure on wood. I'm going to be able to fill this camp. I can at least get the wood production bonus from that. Gems. Fortunately, definitely not going to be able to... I should grab resources. Acquire a commerce techno market, and it's just too big investment. I need to just defend. Yeah, I'm going to need wood for units and towers. In ancient area are heavily dependent on timber. Apologize for the Simon Doors. Remember, I stay with thinks that's cool. I think it's obnoxious, aggressive behavior. Yep, Javelineers, who are classical age upgrades, so they start with a tech level over me. But they're light infantry. Cavalry, spearmen, Javelineers. Well, my spearmen might catch them and slaughter them, but uh, fighting them with my own slingers is probably just the most reliable. Um, hmm. Also, slingers can benefit from the rocks. I haven't trained any bowmen. I'm gonna have to fight that unit eventually. I want to send the hoplites along. Case. Case cavalry show up. The slingers are supposed to kill the javelineers. Relying on numbers here. And the rocks. Ah, more javelineers. Knew there'd be more. I'll explore why micro the defense here. units to heal in the city. This because when I have another bowman, it'll become more expensive. Generally, singers are just fine for garrisoning cities and towers. There we go. That's a 2 of 3 now. The archer we get the 3 of 3. And 70 wood versus, yeah. It's a way to bypass the wall of requirements. Anyhow, that knowing continue to be short of wood. What a that's how does as good as dead. No, actually, these guys, knowing there's cavalry up that way, sure as appropriately. Hmm. I'll do a commerce level because that'll get my wood production up. Yep, these 2 units can go here. I think raising the lookout posts gives me resources. Should see if that works. Nope. Not when they're under attack, but maybe that one. Timber. Yep. This is too long information. It takes too long for the units to organize. Death will make easier. Oh. Ah. So more square formation has an easier time turning and facing without units at the extreme ends having to run around as far. It's a minor advantage, but it is an advantage. Looks like they're coming this way for a major attack. Two archers with 3 slingers, fully garrisons the tower. Or 2 slingers and an archer. Catapult? Really? I'll charge that with my infantry for sure. Oh, wow. Come on, move. some repair there. So you can help with shooting. Cool. No, that's dumb. There's plenty of assistance here to keep the city garrisoned up. But part of the reason I train him is lack of wood, but enough food. Being an age behind is certainly a disadvantage. I mean, slingers, which on 10 counter to archers, are not doing too hot. fully health. Alright, well, I've got this down. I'm worrying about stupid details. Bunch of phalanxes. I'll train slingers so I can get archers out. They are the counter to phalanxes after all. Archers hit. We're doing much harder than slingers. Well, not much, but a bit. Slightly. Slingers have armor and health, though. Okay. So maybe it's actually archers. Bowmen I want in this towers after all. And slingers out in the terrain. Interesting. The wealth repair the towers further. Lovely. We need a dot to get more wealth. Oh, apparently that's a dead end. Oops. Shit. Cool. That took a little while, partly because it was microing the heck out of it, but I was exceeded by an age, so there's that. Right, I grabbed West Scandinavia, the Germans into the Alps, Russians the Caucasus. Most nations are going for the supply centers. The Egyptians into Central Africa. Nubians into the highlands. They get gems, but no supply center for them. They tend to get wiped a lot. The Iroquois into Ohio Valley. Aztecs in the Rocky Mountains, and the Koreans northeast China. All supply centers almost. Looks like the Lakota are in a tough spot. Doesn't mention Lakota capture anything. Did Lakota start off at the Mississippi Valley? They shouldn't have. They're gonna have a, because their army's there. They're gonna have a tough time against the Aztecs now. Whereas last time Lakota dominated. Looks like this time the Aztecs are probably gonna crush the Lakota. Let's be Aztecs v Iroquois versus Americans. The pyramids in Egypt, in their historical place. The Americans do have a wonder card they can't use it classically, so could try trading for it, although they probably charge more than let's see first if they'll pay for an alliance. Since I might need a lot for okay. Something like what? It's not clear what they wanted. I think they want West Scandinavia for it. They'll give them an army, but could give it up and just conquer it. But I want tribute to have to retake that. It's not gonna be easy. I think this is unfair. It's never clear what they're actually doing with the counteroffers. Yeah, they're not gonna trade their wonder card for so little money. Try and do East Scandinavia. Trying to ally the Dutch. Yeah, they want to be paid for it. Not happening. Right. Let's grab East Scandinavia then. There'll be Greenland eventually. Get enough territory, I might be able to trade the Americans for the Wonder card. Alright. Well, maybe the French or Spanish alliance. Should at least see the French are in a tough situation. Yeah, no, they want to be paid. An ancient era. Anyways, let's do this battle. Rocks are a nice resource. They give knowledge. Should be used to avoid our errors. Leaving this army behind because I'd like to grab Greenland. Fairly short order, not have to backtrack. Although, yeah, no, that's fine. War party. Settlers in faraway regions are encroaching onto your lands. Lead your war party in an effort to drive them off. Destroy 25 enemy units. I have no idea what this scenario is like or how it works. We'll save it. And since I'm an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to cut the video here. Get up, stretch, give you folks a chance to do the same. I don't know. Makes for a shorter upload so it gets up and you enjoy it sooner too. I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May always find a guiding star to lead you home. Adieu.